This is One on One. There she is, Ricki Stern, co-director of the film Knuckleball. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good.
By the way, set up Knuckleball for us. We're about to see a clip from it. Knuckleball is a film about?
It is a film about this quirky, esoteric pitch, the knuckleball. Now there's only one in Major League Baseball who throws the knuckleball, R.A. Dickey.
Out in Queens?
Yes, yes,
R.A. Dickey.
for the Mets, yes.
Pretty great pitcher.
He's a great pitcher. He's up for the Cy Young Award. We hope he gets it. But the year we followed, 2011, it was R.A. Dickey was his first year with a 2-year contract in the major leagues as a knuckleball pitcher, and it was Tim Wakefield's potentially last year with the Red Sox. And the film is really not just about baseball. It's about the people who look to reinvent themselves, and they go to sort of this quirky pitch that not many people have thrown historically in baseball. That's considered a trick pitch. And it's really about craftsmanship. They have to work really, really hard to learn this pitch, and they have to commit to it. And sometimes they can just get by, and they can make it to the major leagues. And for us, it's really a story about following your dreams and your passion and overcoming obstacles to accomplish what you want. And that's what we related to in it.
You want to see a clip?
Sure.
More importantly, you want to see a clip. I know you do. It's from Knuckleball. Let's take a look.
The knuckleball, it looks easy, but like most things in baseball, it's a lot harder than it looks.
You need the fingertips of a safecracker and the mind of a Zen Buddhist. Because you throw the ball off of your fingertips, but if one of those fingers happens to catch on the ball or stay on it a little bit longer, it tumbles. And once the ball tumbles, it's like batting practice. Here, hit it.
A lot of times it has a mind of its own.
It's going to do whatever it feels like doing, and you don't know what that's going to be.
You let it go and see where it takes you.
The ball doesn't even spin.
No, that's the whole point. In order to do it well, they just like a quarter rotation on the ball. They don't want it to spin.
For those of us who are Yankee fans, right? We just had our friend, our boss here, Neil Shapiro. He was a big Yankee fan. When I take a look at Tim Wakefield, I think of all the games against the Red Sox. And there were some times where he had the Yankees going crazy. Sometimes we got him good.
Right.
But sometimes he had us, I say us like we played for the Yankees. He had the best hitters chasing and chasing.
Yeah.
Wakefield.
Yeah. Did
he go to this pitch because he had nothing else left?
Yeah, it's what they call a last chance type pitch. In fact, that's what he says. It's a pitch born out of desperation. Nobody wants to go, grows up and goes like, I'm going to get to the major leagues throwing the knuckleball, because it's so distrusted. Even Tim, who's been throwing it, thrown it for 17 years for the Red Sox, it was still, in the movie, you hear from Francona that, you have to sit on your hands.
Terry Francona, who was the manager, excuse me, of the Red Sox.
Yeah, the managers, they sit on their hands.
Because by the way, they can't help the knuckleball.
They can't.
They have no idea how to throw it. There's no pitching coach.
There's no pitching coach.
By the way, the knuckleballer breaks a nail. What happens?
Well, in the movie, R.A., he's throwing the home opener in 2011, and he has this weird first couple pitches, and we're going, we're filming this thing, like, what's going on? What's going on? We see him look down at his fingernail. He had chipped a nail. And, they throw it really literally off their fingernail tips, and so it threw him off for a day or two until the nail grew back and he could get it back into place, because it's a very finesse type of a pitch.
I'm sorry, I threw you off. You were talking about Terry Francona.
Well, what I was saying is that, the managers, they literally sit on their hands because they want to take them out, because it's one of these pitches that when it's bad, it's really, really bad.
It is like a big fat pitch in batting practice.
Right, right. And
like you're lobbing the ball in.
That's right, that's right. It can look like that, and if it doesn't come in and it doesn't have movement on it, it's very easy to hit.
Okay, so say someone says, listen, I'm not that into baseball, so how could I like your film?
Well, I was really not that into baseball either.
You're not a big baseball fan?
No, and nor is my film partner, Annie. We were just, now I really love it, because I get it, but I just hadn't really watched it. The film is really not about baseball. Baseball, this pitch, is a vehicle for accomplishing your dream. But I think what people relate to, and even kids watching it, it's a story about guys who had a passion and a dream as little boys, and that's we tell it from the point when they're little boys, and they had to do whatever they could to stay in the game. I mean, Tim came in, he wasn't even a pitcher, he was a position player. And they basically said, we're gonna cut you, your dreams are over, go back, get a job, finish college, or you can try to pitch. And he tried it, and he was successful. He wasn't always successful, and that's the other thing about these guys, is that they often reach success later in life. I mean, R.A. Dickey is now into his mid to late 30s, and he's having the best year he's ever had. You know, most guys in baseball are retiring at this age. But I think if you're someone who just likes a good story, that's what this film is about, and about camaraderie, because we have the old knuckleballers in the movie.
Phil
Necro, Charlie Huff, Tom Candiotti. But the guys go on a golf retreat, and
the knuckleballers.
The knuckleballers, the four of them, and you really see sort of the special insight into this bonding that these men have, and they care for each other and they advise each other, and that's fairly unique in professional sports today.
Rare.
Rare, yeah.
You love doing this.
I love it. I love this movie especially, but yeah, I love making documentaries.
It's interesting. When you got into this, you didn't love baseball. You didn't know much about. You didn't know anything about the knuckleball.
No, I studied really hard.
But who said to you, "Let's do this knuckleball thing"?
I have a friend who's a producer on it, Chris Schomer. She wrote The Treatment along with Dan Kogan, two producers, and they sent it to me. And literally, they sent it, I think, on a Sunday night. I read the one page about it, told my family. They started to knuckleball apples around my kitchen because they loved the knuckleball. And Annie, my film partner, and I were on a plane about 3 days later at spring training to meet R.A. and Tim, and then we just started shooting.
But then you had to travel all over with these guys.
We did 162 days on the road.
Where can people see the film?
It's on iTunes right now. It's on video on demand, and in the spring it'll be released in DVD and on cable.
Curious about this before I let you go. For both R.A. Dickey and Tim Wakefield, two guys who have had these fascinating careers, and Wakefield is where he is in this process. He's out of it, right? And Dickey experiencing great success, you know, a couple boroughs over in Queens. Their reaction to the film?
You know, I think because this is a pitch that is not the hero's pitch, they're the anchors of the team, they don't really get in the spotlight that much. So for them to see it portrayed and given the respect that they feel it deserves has been a thrill for them, and for all the knuckleballers. Jim Bouton, you hear Jim Bouton in there.
From the 1960s, New York Yankees.
That's right. Ball 4.
Oh boy. His former Yankee mates didn't appreciate that book.
They didn't. They didn't. For a while, and then they came around.
Some.
Yeah, true.
Some.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, listen, Ricki Stern, co-director of Knuckleball. Get it on?
Get it on iTunes or video on demand.
I'm going to make sure that I watch the whole thing. Seeing clips is one thing. Excerpts from seeing the whole thing is another. Ricki, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Steve Adubato here at the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. You don't have to be a Yankee fan or a baseball fan to appreciate this movie. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Hackensack University Medical Center, Berkeley College, TD Bank, Qualcare Inc., a local managed care company covering 750,000 New Jersey residents, the law firm of Gibbons PC, Verizon Communications, and by the Russell Berry Foundation. Promotional support provided by the Star Ledger and NJ.com, Everything Jersey, and by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and its monthly magazine, New Jersey Business. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.